It is a beautiful Monday morning here where I am. Good morning. Welcome to the Jim of All Trades channel. Glad you stopped by. My name's Jim, and we'll be looking at the Bitcoin chart and the Litecoin chart today, and we've got some awesome things to look at. We've had a little bit of a reversal here, so I want you to be careful here. This is not turning up right now. It's gonna continue on down to the downside. I want to show you why I think that. If you would right now, why don't you just go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You're gonna get daily calls for you're going to get daily Elliott Wave counts as well as daily calls for targets for trading as well. And you're also going to learn how to count Elliott Wave and learn how to use technical analysis to analyze your own chart so you won't always need me. That's what you're going to get here on the channel. So without without any further ado, um, yeah, let's jump in. I want to also invite you to Litecoin Swing Trading Community. It's here on Facebook. You can just join us here. I've been chatting with some of our folks here. Just type in Litecoin Swing Trading Community. It's a community of awesome people. We only like kind people who come in and just know how to interact well with people. We don't accept spam or any kind of commercial content at all. It immediately gets disposed of. So you won't find any of that here. It's an awesome community of traders where we share charts and ideas. And here's a chart that I shared last night as a potential. Got another friend of mine who shared a chart here as well. We've just been talking about trades. We got another guy here from I think he's living in China or Hong Kong or somewhere like that. But he's sharing his charts as well. So got all kinds of people sharing charts and sharing ideas and talking trading. This is about how to learn how to trade and be around traders who are trying to master this art. It's a great learning environment, a place you don't have to be scared of, sounding like a noob or feeling like a noob. But we don't. In fact, that's why I started this channel. We got about 450 members of great people. So you come join us. You're invited. Okay. See what you can learn. You can move from being a hodler to a trader, and you'll be a lot happier in the long run. All right, well, let's jump into the Litecoin and Bitcoin charts. We've got some action going. Let's start with Bitcoin because that's Mama, and she's going to determine what's going on. So let me just zoom out just a little bit, show you my count. I believe we have finished 5 waves to the upside. We are now in a deeper correction that's probably going to come down to at least the $9,000 mark, but the way this wave is looking, I'm seeing probably the potential down here for the $7,800. That's my secondary target. I want to tell you why that's a little bit of a difficult count, and we'll explain that in just a minute. But we're looking at this kind of shape right here, this ABC. We might get a more substantial correction. It might be a complex correction. So we'll have to wait and see what BTC gives us. But if we just zoom out even to the 8-hour chart, you can kind of see what needs to happen. Okay, it needs to at least bare minimum come down to this trend line, but it's going to do more than that the way this is shaping out. Though I do have a potential scenario that may even negate what I'm saying, so I want to talk about that. And you say, why do you do that, Jim? Well, listen, I don't know the future, and I want to disclaim that right now. I don't know the future, but I take tools and repetitious patterns of the market, and I interpret them in light of Elliott Wave theory. And then what we do is we come up with as many possible scenarios as possible, and then we look at the wave structure and ask ourselves, what's the likely scenario that I expect to see? And this is what you're going to get on a daily basis, okay? And you're going to learn how to think about Elliott Wave and apply the principles that I'm teaching. I'm in the process of making some tutorial videos as well that are just designed that don't really have TA in it, but they just begin to walk you step by step through thinking about TA, reading charts, and doing technical analysis the way I do it. You'll find over and over and over and over again that we get these calls right over and over again. The targets are hit over and over, and those repetitious patterns, you will see them all the time. So those who say Elliott Wave don't work, you hang around the channel, you just lurk in the background for a little while, keep the negativity to yourself for some time, and just watch and see what happens. Okay. All right. We can just look at this and we can just see that BTC really just needs to come on down and finish this ABC. Now, my first target is $9,000. You can see my fib extension tool from the A to the B, and that my first projection is 9,050. Second projection is 7,900 in that ballpark, $78 to $7,900. By the way, those two projections correlate. see if I can get that activated. They correlate with that structure right there, so you can see how why the fib retracements would correlate there. So, even if you're just a TA guy that uses support and resistance, you're going to come up with pretty decent calls just using support and resistance lines um, because they kind of show right here is right here at the top of that is $9,000. That's going to come down and hit some resistance right at the top of here. So it makes sense that we would see a bounce at 9,000. Um, so let's see here. Let's look at the Elliott Wave count. I've got this counted right now. I'm thinking more, guys. It's an ABC. I'm thinking not. It's a WXY. Still could be a WXY, but I'm not thinking that right now. I'm thinking more it's shaped like an ABC. We've got a three, and then we're gonna get a 5 wave coming to the downside. So this is ABC followed by an ABC, and now we're gonna need 5 waves to the downside. I'll be honest with you right here, guys. This is the part that troubles me, and let me just share it with you right there. That troubles me. And let me tell you why. Uh, it, Number one, this entire wave right there, this entire wave right there. My phone's ringing. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see if I can turn that off. This entire wave, I can't count. I'm having a hard time counting um, the Elliott waves in that wave. Sorry, I just got distracted because people are calling. I'm having a hard time seeing 5 clear waves, but they're there. They're just kind of deep. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 waves there. It's just hard to see, especially in the lower time frames. You'd think it'd be easier, but it's a little harder in the lower time frames. But this is a very, very shallow 2 wave, if that's a 2 wave. And so that's really got me a little troubled. This looks very well, obviously this looks very 3 wave-ish right now. If I put the fibs on just this wave right here, you can see that we've come down to the 786 and kind of bounced there. 786 extension there. So I'm a little troubled by that, but I'm not overly troubled. I just want to let you know that that's odd. It's very shallow too. Usually a 2 wave is fairly deep, at least 50% to even deeper than that. So I was expecting a little deeper of a 2, but this is such a strong move to the downside. That's might be all the retracement you could get on a 2 wave. Um, so yeah, let's zoom in a little closer and just see if we can do a little bit of a Elliott wave analysis of just this wave here. And there it is. Okay, so I'm calling this a 1 wave and I'm calling this a 2 wave. And that means we're in the 3 waves. So yeah, well, the 1 hour is a little too much there. Let's go to the 2 hour. It'll compress everything and make it a little smaller on the screen. My computer seems to be lagging right now. Sorry about that, guys. Come on. Excuse me. There we go. I don't know why it's lagging so much. It might be TradingView that's lagging. So if we measure the 1 wave with 2 clicks, and then we put it at the top of the 2, the extension for the 3 wave, if this is a ABC like I was saying, really needs to come down here to the $8,200 mark. So yeah, is that the case? Now, man, that seems awful deep for me, but that would support a target down here of that 7,900. So this 3 wave coming down here, but it's not looking like that's deep enough. So yeah, I kind of go back and forth. Is this a WXY? This could be an ABC, and so what we're getting is what we're actually getting is this is an A wave, that's a B wave, it's really small, but it's a B wave, and now we got the C wave, which should be 5 waves. We got 1, 2, we're making the third coming up for 4. I'm going to go back on what I said. I don't think this is ABC. This is probably a WXY as well. It just makes more sense with the fibs. I think I did this yesterday. I think I hemmed and hawed about it yesterday, but let's just, so we expect this thing to finish down here at the $9,000 mark. Yeah, that makes so much more sense with the fibs. All right, that's my call, guys. I'm sorry for going back and forth on that. I've just been, but sometimes when I get talking about it and get sharing what I'm thinking, yeah. So So when I measure this wave right here, that's just our one wave. It's a clear one. But we don't have a clear three wave yet. We haven't come down to the 1618 yet. I'm expecting we're going to come down to this $9,600 mark. This is making a lot of sense, guys. It really is. This is, yeah. I'm thinking this is indeed a WXY. So yeah. So we got a one, two, three is going to come down here, guys. Then we're going to have a four wave coming up here, and five. This is the wave we want to trade. That's going to be a nice BTC trade of about $1,000. Yeah, that's going to be a nice trade wave to trade if you want to trade it, or sit it out and wait for it. This isn't it, guys. I was talking last night in the swing trading community. It may be it, but it's not. We don't have enough. I don't think the wave delineation is here to support it. I think we're going to have a reversal here right around 10,700. So I think this is the four wave of this third wave. Let's go down to the 30-minute chart and just look at the third wave, and I'll show you what I'm thinking. Excuse me, I've gotten a little stuffy right now. So we got a 1, 2 right there. So we got 1, 2. So this third wave needs 5 waves, okay? So we've got a 1, 2. This whole thing is let's see. This is the third wave. One, two, yeah, one, two. That could be 3, 4, 5. That could be the third wave. This might be the fourth wave, guys, but it doesn't feel like it. It just feels like it needs to go deeper. Again, these little one waves are just so small and hard to see. Uh, Guys, I'm having a hard time interpreting this market, but I'm doing the best I can for you. Um, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I mean that I don't like it. I don't like it at all. That could be that could be that could be the three wave right there. So this is 1, 2. It's just not long enough. But this whole thing could be three. Um, it came to the 1276. I'd rather see it come down one more push. One more push. It'd make me a lot happier. Okay, I'm feeling like we need to come down for one more push, but man, the way this is looking, if we, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Here's how we'll know. Here's how we'll know. If we break this high right here, if we break it and substantially break it, that's the four wave. But here's the deal. Here's the one wave. This four wave really shouldn't retrace into this area. So, but if we break this and then stop here, this is the four wave, and then we'll be coming down uh, down for the fifth wave here. But that still puts my target down here about $9,000. Okay, this should be about right there somewhere like that. So sorry about that, guys. But let's throw the fibs on this guy, and I'll show you what I'm looking at with just this wave right there. We've got here's our um, A. There we go. B. So this would be our A wave. That's our B wave. C wave should come up here to 10,600 to 10,700, and that would correlate here to a nice four wave in particular or potential. So that could indeed be our four wave. Not certain. Just wait for it to come on down for 9,600. Still looking for this bounce. Still looking for a bounce off $9,600. I'm thinking we're going to get that. If not, it's going to come on down to $9,000. But yeah, we should get a good push down. So just we'll have to count. We'll have to watch these waves as they come down. Um, and see. So yeah, hey, don't always know the future, guys. In fact, I don't know the future, and sometimes these Elliott waves are rather difficult. So sorry, I've been kind of hemming and hawing a little bit about this, but it's kind of a challenging wave to count. But it's looking like 1, 2. This looks like it needs to be 3, 4. The fifth wave of the third. So I'm thinking we're going to come down here, have a nice bounce up to around 11,000. 10,900. That's what I'm thinking, and then we're going to come on down to the $9,000 mark. That's a likelihood, but we'll have to wait and see. Wait and see if that happens. This may be our four wave, like I said. But anyway, that doesn't negate my $9,000 target still in play. 9,000 is still in play. Want you to know that. All right, let's zoom out and say, okay, what else could be happening in BTC? Well, you know, this might be a triangle. I don't think it is. But look here. Might be a symmetrical triangle right there, or something close to it. We may be looking at something like this, and then off to the races potentially. I don't. This three wave has me thinking. So we got three wave here, three wave there, three wave there. So we could be getting a three wave up and then a three wave down. I mean, that's a possibility, guys. Just want you to be aware of that. That would also, this scenario would also keep us in this trend line, and might indicate a four wave, some kind of a four. So we would have a one, two. This whole thing would be three. This would be four. We'd be going up for five. That's a potential Elliott wave count of what we got going on. So if we get a move up here to this trend line and then down, that's what we're looking at, guys. And so be aware of that as well. That is a it's a potential. It really is. So this would be A, B, C, D, E, and then up. So yeah, that's how triangles are formed. Let me just tell you about this. Try, yeah, this would be. Well, let's try it again. A, B, C, D, E. And you know where we go from there, guys? We go boom up like that. So there's a possibility. That would be a one wave followed by a two, and then we would have what is this? One, two, three, four, five of three. Five waves of three, and that's the third wave. It's a really, really small one, and it's a huge three. Still not thinking so. I mean, this looks more like one, two, three, four, five, and this looks like it needs to come down. But I just want to at least talk to you about that potential. Uh, if we reverse and kind of come up here, start coming up here in this area, and then we make it, that's a really, that's a potential. So I want you to know about it, okay? Let me keep that trend line there. Get rid of that trend line. All right, so let's watch and see what happens. Let's watch and see what happens. But still waiting on $9,600 and then $9,000. Whether we have any more downside to that 70 what, $7,900, I don't know that. That seems awful low to me, but it's certainly a possibility. So we'll have to wait and see how these waves are formed. So let's see what this wave gives us, because if we start getting a wave all the way down nice and strong to $8,200, that's going to be our three wave, and then I'll be like, yeah, I thought it was deep, but it wasn't. So okay, let's look at LTC and ask ourselves what's going on here. Well, same kind of thing. Let's zoom out here to the 3-hour chart and see what we can see. All right. Still looking at a WXY here. We got an expanded flat for our W. We got the X wave. Now we got an ABC coming down. So this is an A. This is a B. Now we got five. We need to have five waves coming down. What I'm seeing here is for this five waves coming down is one, two. All this is three. Going to come up for four. Going to continue down for five. Um, that's an awful deep correction, but that's kind of what I'm seeing. Now the question is was this three? That's what I was thinking yesterday. That's three, this is four, and this is five. That's also a possibility as well. I want you to know that. So there could be our five waves of C, A, B, C, and then so C is finished. It does hit our fib levels here. We did reach our fib targets of $90. It actually came on down to $85, 80, almost about 86, 85, 50 in that rate. What was the low? Yeah, 85 is where it came down to, roughly 85.20. So it came on down to this level right here. That's why we should mark off our levels, guys, because whenever you see price structure, price often, even though you measure your fibs and then you see where price is where the target is near the fibs. So when we throw our fibs on this guy, we had our A or WX and Y. Here's my target at $90. Well, here's the structure. The bottom of the structure here is at 84 to $85, and so you can see how we wicked down there. I'm thinking we still may have a push down, possibly, but I'm not certain. I am currently in a long position. To me, that was a safe move. I didn't want to miss a move to the upside, so I went ahead and got in. But this may be corrective, and we've got another push to the downside. Why do I think that? Well, this wave is really hard to count, but I've got a 1, 2, then I've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the third wave. I think this is the fourth wave, and then we're going to come down for the fifth wave. So, how do we project that where this fourth wave is going to come? Well, what we do is we simply measure the entirety of the third wave with our fibs, our fib retracement tool, uh, top to bottom, or swing low to swing high, whatever, swing high to swing low, whatever. And it should come up to the 382 or the 50% level. You can see the structure that it would come to here. So we've already kind of wicked up to the 382. I think we're going to substantially hit it and stay there for a little bit and then come on down. So yeah, we're looking at a potential reversal right here to the downside, and we're still looking for one more push, maybe down to this $84 mark, maybe a tiny bit lower. We'll wick through it. Let's look on the 5-minute chart at this current correction and see what we can see. Let's put the fibs and measure this and see what we got. We've got A, B. Okay, we've got an A, B wave, and now we're making our C wave here. Or this is actually a complex correction. We've got actually a WXY here. This is actually an ABC followed by an AB, ABC, and now we're getting an ABC here. So regardless, we got a target up here of 92.84, 91.30. Here are our fib levels there for a finished correction. You can see an A wave followed by a B wave here. We got an A, 3, B, and now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like we're going to push up here to 92.84. Probably going to exit my position at this 1276. Probably going to see a reversal down from there. So I'm probably going to exit my position coming up very, very soon. Um, but it was a nice little trade, and made some money there, and we'll write it down. It was just a little scalp trade, so it might have already finished, and so ultimately I have a stop at break even right now because I'm in profit. So we'll stop that at break even. Because my entry was good enough to do that. If your entry's down here in these levels, your stop is right underneath those things. So because once we break these lows, we're going lower. But this is very corrective in shape. Okay, so I'm looking for a little correction both in BTC and LTC, and then I'm looking for a more substantial bounce to the upside. That's what I'm thinking, guys, on both of them. So be watching out. As always, I want you to know that my calls have been very good lately, and I try my best. But I want you to know, and I just want to be honest with you, that I'm not a genius here, and I'm not a guru. I don't know the future. I'm just using tools to interpret this market for you in front of you. And I do it in front of you so that you can learn to think about it with me. But, we can only see what we can see. We can only see what the market has given us. When we get more information, it gets more clear. And so right now we got some clarity, but we're at a question mark right now. Is BTC a triangle right now? If it's a triangle, that's kind of a deal breaker. It's a game changer a bit. So, but I'm thinking we're going to come down to this trend line. I'm still looking at $9,600, but then where we go from there, I'm not sure. We'll have to watch and see. Is this? I've already done that count. Is this 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 coming down here? Still, if we break this bottom trend line, it'll be $9,000. If we don't break that, we might be coming up here to this. So let's wait and see. Let's watch, wait and see. But I would be thinking about a short-term long position if we come down and hit this trend line. So draw this trend line on your chart. If we come down and hit it, you might consider entering long. It's a nice place to do it because there are going to be a bunch of other traders out there entering long at that position, and we might get a nice bounce to the upside for $500 to $1,000, and then we watch and see what it does then. So that way you're in the position if it continues on, and that way you can get out break even or with some profit if it decides to come back down. Okay, my bias is it's going to come back down, but we're going to wait and see. I want to keep myself neutral. We'll react to the market. You guys have a fantastic day. Those tutorial videos are on the way. They are coming. I think later on today I am going to get the Coinbase video out to you, how to set stops and how to set limit orders and things like that. With that being said, you guys have a fantastic Monday. Hope that market update was helpful to you. Talk to you later.